All right, I'm going to look at what's on the bottom. Page of Cups is on the bottom as well. Now, pages can be messages. This is the only one in the deck. Cups can stand for positive news, a relaxed attitude, messages of love. It can mean engagement or marriage, but the message usually is of a good news nature, and it's usually around the heart. So it does not necessarily mean lovers, but it can mean someone that you love, getting a message from someone you love. So it's interesting. This can mean weddings. This can mean pregnancy. So maybe there's some of that going on, Virgo, in your life, either with you or with someone in your life. So let's start at the beginning. The beginning is a bit challenging. It is the Five of Pentacles. Can stand for money, can stand for a little bit of arguing, but it's when you're feeling old, broken, alone. So there may have been a shift in your finances or an extra challenge that you were not preparing for. Usually when it's a financial challenge, it's something that, you know, is all of a sudden, whether it's losing a job, having a bill that came that you forgot, a fine, can be some kind of surprise pull or strain on your finances that you were not expecting or not planning on. So you may have to put some of those other things on the back burner while you deal with this kind of sudden financial pull on you. It can mean that you're also feeling alone in your relationship as well, that you are not getting your needs met. And of course, that requires communication to change that. So don't be afraid to communicate if it is a challenge within your relationship. The strength is what crosses you. So I know that it takes strength to reorganize your money, but it also takes strength to speak your truth and make those changes. The infinity sign here. So there is a big shift coming, and looks like a big conversation or communication. Could be with a Queen of Swords, and swords are air signs. That is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So this is feeling like there needs to be a shift. Could be around money, could be around distribution of money, equity of things in the house, jobs, but there's something that's out of balance with a Queen of Swords. Now, this can be an exalted woman, someone that is of great wisdom, or it can be someone that is older in linear years, usually someone over 30 or 40. But again, that is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So this does look like a bit of a challenge. It will require some strength to make those changes so it's more equitable for everyone involved. It just feels like the balance of either physical balance, you know, could be chores, could be as easy as chores, or it could be as easy as you've been helping someone financially and that has to stop or change. So that is what's happening. So it is a challenge. It is a bit of a challenge, but with a little bit of strength. The temperance is here. So finding the balance and the equitableness of the situation. But it's a bit out of balance now. And it does look like you, Virgo, are taking on more burden than is necessary. And it's time to equal the distribution either of money or energy or physical chores, but the balance looks like it's coming into play right now. The Tower is right across from this, so the longer this goes without speaking your truth, the worse it's going to get. And if you do nothing about it, which is a choice, Virgo, if you do nothing about it, there will be a bit of an explosion, either with your finances, your happiness, something like that. So it's time the strength is here right in the present time. So it is time to speak those truths, say the hard words with, love and compassion. That's the key. Not out of anger, but some inequitability is going to be righted or to be looked at to be righted. That is what the temperance is right now. The magic card, it looks like you, and you have both infinity signs here. So it looks like you are finding your balance between mind, body, and spirit, really enjoying life a little bit more and getting in touch with your own magic of creation. It does look like there's something that you are creating or in the middle of creating. That could be a project. It could be moving. It could be a new job, retirement, that you're moving towards a little bit of a calmer place that involves you having trust and faith in yourself and the journey. So the magic man is right here, the magician. It looks like you have made friends with that magician. So you are solidly on the path of your magic right now, and kind of expanded your awareness on what that looks like in your everyday life. So the temperance card is here. That is finding your balance. It's the give and take of life. It's the equitable part of life. Not only giving, or receiving. So it's really trying to find the balance. And you're doing it. You are doing it, even though it feels like there's some resistance here from this queen. Now, I'm not sure if that is a lover, a parent, a sister, a friend, but there's something that's been out of balance with your energy, and you've been giving more to this queen than you have been receiving. So it's been a little bit of a drain on you, a little bit of a pull on you, but it looks like those changes are imminent. And if those changes do not happen, the Tower is here. So please make those changes. Don't ignore them. You know what you need to do is find that strength and the courage, speak the words, and make those changes that are much more balanced for you. The Ace of Cups here, that can mean new love. It can mean a commitment to love. You do have the Empress and the Page of Cups. So are you getting married? Are you getting engaged? Do you have a new love? Are you confirming or re-upping the current love you have? Can also mean love for yourself, but is really gifting yourself unconditionally, opening up that heart chakra. There are some positive emotions here, but it also, the Trapped card is right on the other side. So it feels like this motion has to happen in order to be in a much more balanced, either self-love or loving relationship, or even opening your heart to accept a new relationship if you are not currently in a relationship space, Virgo. But it does look like there is some feeling of being trapped with the current situation. So some conversations have to happen. And it looks like the go ahead, if you do the hard work, which you never shied away from doing the hard work, Virgo, but do it now. It has to be a little bit convenient for you too, not just convenient for others. So that Ace of Cups is here. It's the love pouring out, the changes, and the things that you've wanted to do for quite a while. So now it's time to step into your greatness and not worry about the effects of other people so much as you have. But it looks like you have held yourself back for many years in order to help others find their way. And some of those people may never find their way, but that is their job to do so. You can only help so much. So now it's time to focus on your highest creative essence, your dreams that you've wanted to come true. And it's right along the line of the Magician. So it is something big that you've wanted to do, whether it's traveling overseas, living someplace else, always wanted to go see the Louvre, something like that. So it looks like the time is ripe now as you communicate and pull your strength back and pull your power back to you. The focus is much more successful for you once you get this inequality worked out. The Empress is here. It's the basis, the foundation. This can be planting the seed of a new project and watching it grow. It can be pregnancy for those that either are wanting to get pregnant. It can mean pregnancy for those that don't want to also. So be aware that if you are of childbearing years, be responsible with birth control if that is not what you wish to create. But for in general, the Empress is the sign of something new and wonderful that you are putting your energy into for you. It's a development of something new. So can be babies, can be plants, can be an idea, can be a project, can be moving, but it's firmly there and it is beginning to grow. So the next card that's here is the 8. This is a little bit of a feeling trapped. So it could be a situation that you have kind of set up in the past that no longer works for you presently or in the future. It does look like that you need to really pull this blindfold off and look at the situation honestly. Looks like you're getting a lot of static from the outside, feeling a little trapped. So it looks like making a step toward these changes have kind of like slapped your hand a little bit because it wasn't convenient for this Queen of Swords, or it wasn't convenient for the people that it will affect if you pull back your nurturing, your money, your time. But now it's time to pull that blindfold off. And, you know, we can only fix something if we look at it completely honestly. So this is having actually a tremendous healing effect on you for really looking at things and how they are and making your hopes and desires known to others, and putting yourself first instead of kind of feeding the reoccurring problem of the past. The Tower is here, so if you stay in the suspended animation for long, you know, Spirit jumps in and goes, okay, I sent you 3 rowboats and you're not saving yourself, so I'm going to blow up your world. So that is the outcome if this is ignored any longer. But it does look like you're taking your step into your magic. So this is just a warning that if you falter back and start doing the same behavior, whether it's codependent, whether it's your own addictions, if that behavior slips back in time, the Tower is the result of that. It is just a warning. It does not mean that it will come to fruition, but I do see you making those changes. So continue on, bravely continue on, make those changes, speak your truth, and find the balance for yourself, that give and take, not just giving, not just taking. It has to be a balance, which you have been working on very diligently, but it doesn't look like the others involved have. So you may need to take the initial step into making that change, which is why the Tower's there. It looks like you have not taken that initial step for a while in order not to hurt anybody, but it looks like you're hurting yourself by holding yourself back from your highest creative essence and your magic. Your magic is just waiting there. So have that important discussion, Virgo. It may require some alone time to really think about what you want. It looks like a lot of your dreams and your creations have started maybe many years ago, and they just need some fine tuning, and that may require you to take a step back from other people's needs, desires, even their positive energy, and just figuring out what works for you. It does look like you tried to take a step into this previously and you kind of got slapped down. I don't know if it had to do with money because the discs are here. So it may mean reallocating money towards your project and pulling it away from other things that you've kind of scattered money, time, effort into. So it's time to really collect your own money, time, and effort and take a look at it where it would best serve you. So that is something probably right in your awareness. I throw 2 cards here for clarity. This one on the left is more joyful celebration, get together, family stuff. So after you have made some of these decisions and moved things out, it looks like going to celebrate those changes and getting out a little bit more, accepting some of those invitations. It does feel more like on a family level, and it could be a family of choice for those of you that have smaller families or you're not intimate with your birth family. But it looks like really rejoicing, enjoying the spring, getting out there a little bit more, hiking a little bit more, and just joining in and enjoying celebrations a little bit. You know, spring is coming up. The barbecues are going to start happening. And the weather is usually beautiful here on the west coast of the United States. So I don't know how it is in your town, but go get some sunshine on your face. It looks like Virgo really getting out in the world and being a little more social would serve you and help you find your smile and kind of lighten the load. I know this can be a little heavy, but the outcome of it is really exalted, and it'll put you on your path. So doing that hard work now, or continuing that hard work, will be beneficial, and there will be some celebrations. This 3 here is feeling more like travel, and it feels like foreign travel, and the possibilities of doing things and going places is pretty heavy on your heart and in your head, and it's like you're raring to go. So all you need to do is get your money together, or make sure the dog is fed. So it's all the little ideals, things you're lining up. So cross the T's, dot the I's, start saving that money. But it does look like you are being called to go someplace in the world that's a little bigger than your world now. It may even, Virgo, be, for some of you, be work related, or work pulling you there and taking you to new places. So if you have the opportunities to take classes or go to workshops, or even meditation classes, or someplace foreign, I'd say hop on that. It is ripe for the picking, and it does look like travel is in your space for this year in general. So you're having to save it a little bit. There's a lot of enthusiasm about it. It doesn't look like it's going to happen right away. These little ships are lighting up. So it could be a cruise for some of you, or being near or on water. So that feels like it is in the future. It is not happening right this second, but it is something that's being focused on, and you're kind of having to let go of some of your other ideals and make these changes to make this happen. So that is a reading for the month of March, Virgo. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to throw a couple of these cards for clarity. All right, your love life is focused on this. So there are some changes coming to your love life, either positive or challenging, but there's some changes. Persecution and inquisition. So it may feel like when you make these changes that you're being a little persecuted, that someone is not liking these changes, but stand strong. It looks like your whole love life will change. Your passions will change, and you'll be kind of released from some of this negative energy from the past, so you can really focus either on your love life, redoing it, opening up for a new love, or releasing a love.